Greetings everyone, and today darkness has come to Hermitcraft. JK, just kidding. This is just actually a texture pack, which I've been using different texture packs to see how different builds look. I actually really like this texture pack on this build that Scar has made down here. So we're actually in the community dig area. Here's the shop we made last time. Looks totally foreign from the default texture pack, but yeah, this is really cool with this texture pack on, gotta say. Yeah, this looks like a sci-fi winterized like Fallout shelter type thing. XP Crafted is now sleeping. I like the text in this pack too. Anyway, yeah, let's switch back to default and let's work on our shop right here today. Alright guys, so here is what our shop looks like in the default resource pack. So splash of color shop, and then we got the tree and stuff out here. So wow, that texture pack makes a huge difference. Totally different. Totally different feel just by changing the textures of a few blocks. That's just so incredible. Creeper, you're going down. Alright, so today what we're going to do is we're going to make the inside of our splash of color shop, so our splash of color service rather. So I'm thinking I make this just a small interior, but I'm not really sure. I haven't really thought of too much about what I'm going to put in here. I'm just going to go ahead and start clearing some blocks here, by the way. But I'm thinking, ooh, there's stone here. Is that? No, doesn't go to anything. Good. So yeah, I'm not really sure what we should put in here. I thought maybe like a paintbrush or maybe like Pink Floyd's cover art for Dark Side of the Moon would look cool in here. So we'd have like black on one side, then like a white light or some white blocks going into a prism, a 3D prism, and then like a color explosion into like the colors of the rainbow on the one side. That could be cool. Or I might just do something very basic and simple. Or maybe put, you know, a paint roller with a pan and a bunch of colors in the bottom, like underneath the floor or something. I really have no idea. So I'm just going to clear out this area. I'm going to think about it a little bit more, and yeah, I'll be back once I'm ready to start building. So this little area now is dug out, and I think I'm going to go ahead and put my shop in this little area here, because it's a service shop, so you don't really need too much space, but I want something cool to happen in the shop, and I've come up with an idea I think is pretty neat. So basically the idea is this. So we have the artist's palette out here, right? So this is the palette, you know, the artist grabs colors with the paintbrush and pulls it in. And so how cool would it be if we had like a paintbrush on the back wall, like when you came into the shop, and then once you saw the paintbrush, the whole floor became painted with color, like with stripes of color, corresponding to like the paint that's going to be like dripping off the paintbrush. I think that would be amazing. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have the whole floor, like when you enter, it'll just be a plain floor. And then all of a sudden it's going to totally switch to some bright colors, like some streaks of bright colors. As if you've like dragged the paintbrush across the floor itself. And it'll lead right up to the paintbrush. I think that would look awesome. I think that would look really cool. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to basically have the whole floor swap out in sequence from front to back, and then eventually end up at the paintbrush. So that should be pretty awesome. I also want to have, of course, the 2 high flower farms, the complementary 2 high flower farms on the side here. So I'll have probably those right here, and then 2 more over here. So that is what I'm thinking, and then we'll have, of course, the chest and the book and stuff explaining, you know, what the shop is about at the end of this little hallway type thing. So that is a pretty cool idea. I'm really liking it. Unfortunately, my inventory is just chaos right now, as is my ender chest. So I'm going to go and dump some stuff off at my base, gather some blocks that I know I'll need. I'm going to have to craft up a lot of redstone as well. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that stuff, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so we now have somewhat of an idea of what the inside of our shop is going to look like. So this is what we have so far. We got a nice little pattern on the walls here with the green concrete and the green concrete powder. And then we have some accents, because after all it is a splash of color. We got some accents here. And we have some lighting here, some redstone lamps here. This is where our flowers are going to go. So we'll have 2 high flowers here, 2 high flowers here. And yeah, I think that should be pretty great. Should be pretty nice. To have, yeah, some 2 high flowers here. People can come and get some dyes and stuff. It'd be cool if we put buttons here too, maybe. Like buttons right here to maybe have like a dispenser behind here, and that's how you could get free dyes just by hitting the button right there. So maybe we'll do that. We'll see. Here's the brush I was talking about. So this is going to be the big brush which paints the floor. And in general, I like the brush right here. I might try some hay bales here though, because although sometimes paintbrushes are white like this, sometimes they, or all of them actually, have like bristles. So the hay bale is sort of the ideal block for representing bristles, because it has like all these shapes in here, all these vertical lines. So yeah, that might work better for the bristles of the paintbrush than the wool does, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, and then I'm thinking I might swap out this floor. It's looking a little bit bright compared to the dark oak wood, so I might put down like spruce. Actually, do I have spruce on me right now? Let's see if we have spruce somewhere in here. I think there's a couple of spruce logs. And I thought I had some more spruce. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, let's get some spruce here. Just throw that out for right now. We'll try this and see how this looks real quick. So if we put down, instead of the oak, put down some spruce. Just see what that looks like. The only problem with this is going to be there is no spruce pressure plates. There should be. We should have all the types of wood, pressure plates for all the types of wood, but there's not at the moment, which is unfortunate. But maybe 1.14. Maybe 1.14. Yeah, that's looking a lot better. Yep. It also goes with the fences outside better. Yep. So we'll do that instead. There we go. And then probably starting around right here or so, this is where the floor swap will take place. So all these blocks here will be swapped out for bright, colorful concrete blocks. And so it'll make like a super bright, colorful path all the way up to the brush here. And then we'll have, like chests and things here to, and then signs maybe on this to describe what's going on here and what the shop is about. So I think that's a pretty good plan. We also have to do the roof here. Still doing some experiments on what I want for the roof. So yeah, we'll see what that comes out as, but that's where we're at right now, and I'll continue to work on this, and I'll be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so our Touch of Color shop is coming together nicely. So we have most of the aesthetics done here. So we added a roof, which is a leaf roof. So we got leaves on the top. All these are oak leaves. And yes, some of it's backlit by some redstone lamps. We also added down these flowers here on top of the podzol. So if any of the hermits need any of the dyes that these flowers yield, I'll be providing some free bone meal in this chest and in this chest up here. So that, yeah, they can come and get any of those dyes. Sort of a complimentary service to attract people into the shop. Then we got ender chest. We got a crafting table here. We also put down some more carpets and some stuff. So you can tell, like, right here without these carpets, it's a little bit too dark. So just adding the same color but a little bit lighter with these brown carpets definitely helps out the area a little bit. And then I think that is it. We added this chest. This is going to be where the books are. And now all that's left to do in this build is to go ahead and make the shifting floor underneath of here. So I've carved out a little bit of a room down here. Right down here, yep. And we're going to have to expand this greatly. So I'm going to start digging, and we're going to get to making this shifting floor. Okay, guys, so we're right underneath of our shop now, and I got the redstone up for the first module of the system. And by the way, this is a design by a guy called RFK Walter. I'll provide a link to his channel in the description. He's a fantastic redstoner. I highly recommend you check him out. But basically what happens when I flick this lever, well, let me just show you here. So you can see we have some colored blocks here. These are what's going to be what replaces our, our floor right here. So what's going to happen first, lever's going to be turned on. The redstone dust on top of this observer right here will activate. The observer will activate this redstone, which will mean this piston will push, which moves all these blocks, which means that these observers will be powered. And since those are going to be powered, those will be powered, and it powers the pistons. So basically, this row of pistons will first reach up and grab these blocks and pull them down. That's what that means. And then what happens after that is the signal goes out to this direction. And since since our floor is up right now, the proper floor is up right now, this piston will fire and all these pistons will fire, but they won't actually do anything. But the other signal will come out this way, down this redstone line here, and basically push all these pistons, including the blocks that were grabbed by the sticky pistons. So it basically pushes this whole stack over. That's what this back piston does. Then once that happens, this piston will be here, and since there's a 1 tick delay here, this piston will then push the entire stack over, and basically the whole stack just moves over in that sequence, sort of like a cascade effect right here, until these blocks are over those sticky pistons, at which point this line here, this long delay line here, moves the blocks here back by activating this piston, at which point these sticky pistons push those blocks up into the floor. And at that point, yeah, the swap has been completed. So let's just see that. Boom. That fast. Let's look at it from above. Let's look at it from above. So a lot of stuff happens really, really quickly, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, there is our colored floor. So from here on, it's just going to be like a stripe of yellow, a stripe of orange, a stripe of red, and a stripe of purple. So let's just see that from above here. I think I can... Boom. There we go. Boom. There we go. That's awesome. So that's what it's going to look like right there. So yeah, you're going to walk in. It's going to do that and lead you right to this chest. So that is what is going to be the floor. And I think I'll probably have... I might have like an additional swapper here for these blocks or something. So guys, all we have to do now to make sure that this thing is working and informs our floor is just simply add more observers and more repeaters and more blocks back here. So basically just repeat this slice like 12 more times right here. And we also just need a pulse limiter in the front here so that, you know, we can just have a consistent pulse, and then maybe have like a piston that leaves behind a redstone block to power this block strongly. To, yeah, basically make it so that, yeah, the whole thing works off pressure plates instead of the lever. So, I'm going to go ahead and get that going, and I'll be back once it's done. So guys, we got the Splash of Color service fully complete now. Let's head on in and take a look. And so, if you look on in before we actually walk through this area, you can see we got the paintbrush right here. So there's the handle, and these are the bristles right here, this white wool. And we have some paint dripping from the paintbrush, is what that's supposed to be right there. So we got red, orange, yellow, purple in that order. And then when we walk in, boom, the painting happens. And also the paintbrush itself lights up, which is nice. So yeah, we have some lights back here, which now activate whenever we walk through. So let me just show you one more time here. That's what it looks like when it closes, by the way, right there. And we'll walk through again, and again, the idea is the paintbrush is going from the front to the back, so when we walk in, the whole floor gets painted. Nice. That is so cool. And also, I like the lights. We added this little bit back here. Let me just show you. If I can get them in here, yeah. I just added this little bit back here with the redstone, so, yeah, the glowstone and the dark oak wood switch places when you enter and leave, so... That's pretty nice, and of course here is the redstone down here. I showed you this earlier, but yeah, we just expanded it a little bit to make the whole floor switch instead of just the one little piece we had earlier. So yeah, that is the animation for the shop. We also added a bunch of other small stuff. So we have our Splash of Color service orders right here, so people can order the service right here in one of these books. And I also have a written book here that details what it is. It says, hello. No, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say hello. It says, welcome to Cub's Splash of Color service, cranking out colors since 2017. This service is a building service that focuses on the use of colors to beautifully enhance builds. Upon request, I will visit your build and add some tasteful, subtle, or vibrant colors to it, which should enhance the build. Minecraft 1.12 is the world of color update, so there's never been a better time to add colors to your builds. Use the books in the chest to request an order. Be sure to include what build you would like colorified, And if you would like to collab or leave the project to me, stay vibrant. So yeah, that is the book right there. People will see and hopefully read. And yeah, that basically will be the ordering method right there via books. Then we got some signs here. Of course, we got a complimentary dye farm with bone meal provided in these chests. So yeah, to use this, you just pop out some bone meal and then just get yourselves whatever type of dye you want. So this will give us red dye. So we just pop on in there and boom, there's our red dye. Nice. Same thing in here. Free bone meal in the chest. So you can get yellow, you can get magenta, you can get pink, or you can get red dyes. So that's nice. We got the ender chest and crafting table up here, of course. And then, of course, we have the thank you for visiting Splash of Color Services, and we hope to colorify your world soon. So, yeah, that is it, guys. That is the whole of the shop right there. I think it turned out really well. I think it's really, really nice and colorful. We got some cool animations with the colors on the floor and the lights on the sides that make it pop whenever somebody walks in. So it really grabs your attention. And, yeah, I think it's really nice. I think it turned out pretty well. So, that is going to be it from me from the community area today. And so, yeah, let's go ahead and now head off, and we'll see if we have time to do something else. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I think what we're going to do now is we're going to work a little bit on the Cub Hub. So we got the first 2 phases of the project done. We got the Cub Hub walls done. We got the walls decorated with the stars around here in the form of end rods. And thank you guys to all of you who left suggestions on how to possibly improve it. Some suggestions were like we could put glass in front of these, which I tried and it looks off. I also tried black banners covering this pink bit back here, and that also looked a little off because the black of the banner is different than the black of the concrete. So I think I'm just going to leave it as it is now. I think the stars look okay as it is. I also went ahead and added some names for these dogs. So we got Laika, named after the first dog to ever orbit the Earth, as part of the Soviet space program. And then we also have Strelka and Belka, 2 other dogs from the early Soviet era space program. So these are space dogs now. Space dogs. Yeah, today we're going to start phase 3 of the Cub Hub. So that is the area under the portals. So my plan is, so basically, again, just to remind you guys, there is going to be stuff down here. It's not just going to be blackness. There's going to be like a spiral galaxy and things later on. But I think what we should do first is make these into waypoints, because the idea is that this whole thing is like a galactic map down here. So we need to have waypoints that like mark it and tell people like what portal is what. Which portal is which, I should say. So like this one will probably say ocean right here. This one will probably say like mushroom on one side, and then island on this side, on the short side here. This one will probably say like iron here. This one will probably say the end, and this one will probably also say like Mushroom Island right there. So the plan is to choose a primary color. I think our primary color is going to be this red mushroom block in this instance. So red mushroom block right here. I still can't middle mouse click. Come on, Mojang. They need to add that. But yeah, mushroom block. This will be the primary color. And then I think I'm going to go with some either purple terracotta or purple wool as sort of the secondary color. So like the outside color, the primary color will be the outside, and then the purple terracotta will be the inside border around this. And then we'll have, the background will be glowstone. That'll be the background, and then we'll have quartz lettering down the front. So that's sort of the plan here. And it's going to be kind of tough. I'm not sure if I'm going to do 3x3 letters or 5x5 letters. But it's going to be kind of tough here because we have to work from the bottom up, which is 60 blocks. Did I look at that guy? No, I didn't. Thank goodness. So it's going to be kind of challenging to build this. So we have to get this right on the money, right about here. And so I'm going to go ahead and start the tower up, and I'll build this down. I think I'm going to try the 5x5 first, because it's easier to tear it down than it is to build it back up. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and try the 5x5 version of this. So let me go ahead and start to build this, and I'll be right back. Alright, so we got the facade done without the letters on there, and it's looking really big at this level, to be honest with you guys. Like, it's looking huge at this level. I might actually need to take it in one block, depending on, let's see, how many wide is this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks wide. So if we did 5 blocks across, that means we'd have 2 blocks on each side. So I think that might actually be good. Let's put the letters down and see what it looks like with the letters. Yep, looks like it is way too big, even with the letters on there. So, yeah, we have to make this a lot smaller. I'm thinking, I like the depth on it, definitely. I think what I might do is I might go to 3x3 letters with slabs and stairs. And we'll bring in, like, this bit here. This mushroom block will be like where the purple wool is now. The purple wool will be where the first glowstone is. And then we'll reduce the height from like, this is like I think 50 or so, to like 33 or 34. So we put the 3x3 letters in there. It'll take up significantly less space, both vertically and horizontally. And I think that should look better. Because overall it looks good. It's just too overwhelmingly massive at the moment. So yeah. Let me go ahead and switch it up. We'll try the 3x3 letters and see how that looks. Yeah, so that is much better right there, guys. I'm liking that a lot. So we indented the mushroom block here by 1 block. We're going to do that on all sides. We indented the purple wool a little bit and the glowstone a little bit as well. And then we have the 3x3 letters spelling out mushroom. If I get out over here, should be able to see that a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. And then what we're going to do on the bottom is we're going to sort of taper it off. So it's like pointing at the point on the galaxy we want it to point at. And it's actually, it looks like it's almost at the ground, but it's actually like 6 blocks or 5 blocks or something above that. So yeah, it's going to taper off at the bottom. So it's pointing at a specific point on the arm of the galaxy or something like that. So yeah, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I think that is really, really cool. Can I get on out of here? There we go. Perfect. So guys, the next step is to go ahead and make this happen on all 4 sides, not only of this portal, but on every single portal. So choose a primary block and a secondary block for each and every portal, and then just, you know, make the lettering and make the, like the waypoint here for every portal. So that should be pretty cool. I'm thinking maybe we also might want to consider using nether brick stairs instead of the quartz stairs and slabs. Just because we use nether brick up here. It might fit in better if we used it right here. So I might try that as well. But for now, guys, I think I'm going to call that an episode. And we will work on this again next time. So until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed. And subscribe for more videos like this. As always, thank you so much for watching. This has been Cub. Goodbye.